Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, the whole pitch to keep Star Trek going with Secret Hideout is we've built sets. Apparently, that's all Alonso and Akiva have to sell their Star Trek back or keep it sold and being produced by Skydance, the new owners. Is we've got sets. We've already built the sets. Just keep making Star Trek with us, and you don't have to buy new sets or don't have to build new sets. I'm not sure that's going to work because apparently that's all they can say is, well, we know you just cancelled Strange New Worlds, and you're not picking up Starfleet Academy. You know, you can't stop us making the 2 seasons we've already committed to making, but you can stop us from making any more. And they're lucky they got an extra 6 episodes because they were just going to cancel Strange New Worlds at season 4. But they said we were planning to go 5 years at least. Like we promised the fans, we're going to at least, get up to the point of the 5-year mission, which is like in a year. So they said, fine. How many more episodes do you need? They said 6 will do. They said, okay, you can have 6 more episodes to round off the series, so we don't have a Discovery circumstance where it gets cut off, and the fans of that show, and there are a few, were actually like, oh my god, the show that was supposed to go on 6, 7, 8 years and just keep going is just cut, and we don't get a final ending. The characters don't get the resolution, and the arcs and everything get resolved. So because they wanted a couple of episodes, a 2-part episode or a movie length episode, they got a 3-day shoot to do an epilogue, which I'm guessing that was budgeted. They already had some reshoots budgeted, and they just said you can use that money to do a few more days to give yourself an epilogue. That's all they got. They didn't want to repeat that, which was nice of them, with Strange New Worlds, which has a bit more goodwill because it was a bit more successful and it wasn't as bad as Discovery, but it's going in that direction. But so that's the whole pitch. Is we've already got the sets. Just keep going, and we'll just do Star Trek Year 1. And we'll just do a whole new series of at least 5 years, I guess, because in theory they could do, if they're doing 10 episodes or less a year, they could do a whole series in 1 year of the 5-year mission, because that'd be like an adventure a week, like 50 episodes, 5 years, 10 episodes a year at least. That's basically an adventure a week. So that's basically, you cover a whole year. And the idea of Star Trek Year 1 is the first year of the 5-year mission, the 1 year that they didn't show, because there was a year between when No Man's Gone before and the Corbomite Maneuver. Because the way the Star Trek universe was set up was it was running concurrently with today's times, but 200 or 300 years off. They hadn't even decided 200 or 300 years at that time, but it was on the 100. So the pilot was in, the second pilot was in 2265. Because it was made in 1965. So when they went forward with the new season in 1966, it was moved forward to 2266 and then ran through 70, 67, 68 and 69. So they kind of covered the whole 5 years of the 5-year mission, although they really only get into the first few months of the final year. And then, oddly enough, the animated series is set in 2270. So did the 5th year of the 5-year mission run into a 6th year, calendar year? If they started into the year, that could have worked. So it's a bit. But so basically their pitch is, we've got the sets, just keep making the show, we've got the characters, we can just run right into the original series, you can remake the original series, it won't cost you anything for sets. Mind you, every episode is costing them millions because they're paying Secret Hideout to make the show, and they're paying like 23 producers and paying themselves basically. How it should work is Paramount makes Star Trek. How much does it cost to make an episode? Pay the actors, buy the sets, build the everything. Okay, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million for an episode, fine, that's what we're going to do. And that's what they do. What they're doing here is they're paying Secret Hideout $10, $11 million an episode for them to make an episode for them. And they don't make it at cost. They make it for profit. So they overpay a bunch of producers that are just there for the sake of it. And that's how they make their money, basically, by padding everything. So they know if they get rid of Secret Hideout, they can either make the show look like 10 million an episode, or they can make the show for like 5 million an episode now. So I don't think they're going to be conned with the whole, hey, keep using the sets, you don't have to buy new sets. I think they realise it'd be a lot cheaper to get rid of Secret Hideout and start making Star Trek in-house, even if they have to build new sets and, you know, have an alternate universe, a new universe, or a reboot or whatever. The initial setup to, you know, buy the sets and build the sets, I keep saying buy the sets, build the sets, is not going to, you know, save more money than getting rid of Bad Robot. So I'm hoping they still get rid of Bad Robot. But the talk is they might keep them around because it's easier. And their pitch is, you'll save money if you keep us and the sets around. But I think they're smarter than that. I hope they're smarter than that. But we'll see in the next 6 months.